Take 5 for the podcast known as Talks with Tucker. My name is Philip Pomeroy, and I am just a guest in the realm of Tucker Waters. Ladies and gentlemen, Tucker Waters.
Well, let me correct that. You are today's host, but very very gracious of you to have me on, and I look forward to our conversation.
Wonderful. So, Tucker, The Anthology of the Whirlpool is your latest book that's finally hit publication. Find it on Amazon, wherever you buy your books on Amazon. So, Amazon. Yeah. I'm curious as to what inspired you to write it.
Well, the easiest answer would be my imagination being pushed forward by family members who saw potential in what I was doing. However, to go a little deeper into the actions and or activities that really led to it, I can recall a walk in the park with a friend, and we were just talking about C.S. Lewis and other authors. I can remember that we spoke of Narnia.
Yeah.
Just things that kindled my imagination and love for literature, and also love for fiction and the freedom to create. And so I think the concise answer to that is actually community.
Community
inspired me to write it. And so that led me to expand in the social media realm after publication. My desire is less for sales.
Yeah.
And more so for a growth of a healthy group of people who are united around their love of a story and their love for what is the magic that that story can bring to their lives. Because there's no shame in really, really loving a fake universe or a fake world. There's no shame in that. No matter your age. And so that's something I wanted to inspire, was just for people to remember that the peace is possible, and often it comes through unity. And so really it was community that inspired it, and the desire to help others through that community and through the stories that would create that community.
Cool. Do you have any plans for other books after The Anthology of the Whirlpool?
Well, that brings me back to what I mentioned about, just sort of expanding into the social media realm. Any way I can get the word out. You see, I do have plans for further books, and I've been attempting to put that word out through my Patreon, which I plan to link that below, so that you can find it below the video of this, first of all, amazing podcast. But I really am excited for some future plans I have.
Yeah.
There are some untapped genres that I go into, and I don't know for certain if they're completely untapped, but like they certainly feel untapped.
Yeah.
And I will let some people in on some things right here is that on the section on my Patreon known as the Jewel Bearers, you can see the most up-to-date plans that I have.
Cool.
Most up-to-date information. Sometimes about me because, like, for example, part of the reason for this episode is a bit of a explanation for my lack of Patreon activity as of late.
Uh-huh.
Because I started off really hot, and I would like to tell those who have hung on that yes, I realize I did, and thank you for sticking with me. And the reason that things have slowed down is not a lack of desire to provide content for the community,
Uh-huh.
but it is a minor health issue that is going to be resolved within the next few months, but it has been very difficult. It is going to require some intervention.
Yeah.
And as you might imagine, that comes with some appointments that ultimately take up time and brain space as well. But despite all that, the imagination of the world of Tucker, as you can say, is still alive and well.
Good.
And there are many books planned and many rough drafts already made,
Awesome.
but I'm not going to give away too much, but I'll give a little hint that when I was a teenager,
Yeah.
I used to absolutely love the idea of being a spy.
Yeah.
And not long after that, I bumped into the Narnia movies, which inspired my brain
Mm-hmm.
into this anthology of the world story. So take with that what you will.
Mm-hmm.
But, and just so everyone knows, if I happen to look off to the side, my wonderful host here, Mr. Philip, is over here, and I do well with eye contact, but I'm doing my best to do camera contact as well. I'm not the most well versed in this form of podcasting, although it is very much so up my alley once I get to know it. So back to what I was saying though. When my love as a teenager, if you will, was to eventually maybe be a spy. But you know, I knew that was an imaginary world, and I just had quite the imagination, but it helped me get through my adolescence.
Were you inspired by any like spy movies or books you've read or listened to in the past?
Well, you mean was my imagination kindled?
Yeah.
You might say so, yeah.
Cool.
I recently I really enjoyed an Amazon series, and I don't even benefit from giving it a shout out, but I feel that I should because I like it so much.
Yeah.
Alex Rider,
And that's Rider, Rider.
Yes, it's a Amazon original.
Cool.
And I found it very inspiring from a different aspect as well than some other things.
Mhm.
Like, I like Jason Bourne, that's another one that's inspired me and things like that. But, like, that's just your classic espionage, action, wonderful movies, you know, wonderful plotline, everything you want there. But like, Alex Rider, the original aspect about that really intrigued me was that I later learned that at least for season 3 and maybe and possibly before that, the main actor who was just a teenager, which I do like that.
Yeah.
Because it's centered around someone you would not expect to be a key cog in a effort by a government to basically save the world. I won't go into detail on the plot, but what I found out that was interesting was that at least for season 3, he directed,
Oh.
which was inspiring from the aspect that I have some high aspirations of my own.
Mm-hmm.
To see someone even younger than myself, but with what seems like a similar mind,
Yeah.
be able to direct what was quite possibly the best season of the whole show, and I didn't even know he directed it until later.
Wow.
I found out, ironically, through my YouTube. I was just looking one day and I saw like the actors, because there was a bit of a controversy on whether there was going to be a season 4.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone connected to that is listening, I would love it if there was one.
Yeah.
But right now there's not, because they reached like one of those real nice open-ended endings where you have enough closed off to where you're happy, but there's a window
Yeah.
that they can still hop through to keep the plot going.
Uh-huh.
And so well done there, because I love that kind of thing. But that's one of the things that's inspired me, is that anybody at any time with a smart mind can can do the unthinkable in a nation to do so.
Definitely.
And so I kind of set out to not necessarily do the same, but sort of blaze my own trail.
Mm.
And it really inspired me that someone even younger than me could do something similar. Like it really was like, okay, I can do this. So I was down at the time, like my thoughts about what I could do. I didn't know if I could finish my projects. I was a little bit doubting myself because of, frankly, my CP, unless you're in a really good brain space, he yields itself to doubts from time to time. And so, hearing that someone so young could direct a full-on show that really resonated with me before I even knew that he directed it, that was a remarkable feeling, because it inspired me to do, at least in the literary form, the same. Like, what is it, like, if a 16 or 17-year-old could direct a whole show, I can finish my story. And lo and behold, the anthology of the Whirlpool lays out there and waiting on Amazon now.
Perfect.
And we compared prices to other books nowadays and its market value, and also because it's a collection of books, you're actually getting a bit of a bargain because it's a chunk of 8 that's sold for one price. So if you divide it out, I believe you're getting about half price on the books if you thought of them as individual stories, which is technically what they are. But I put them together as an anthology for the pricing to be more reasonable and also for the formatting to be more feasible for my team of people that have helped me through this process.
Yeah.
Long story short here, I've been inspired by C.S. Lewis,
Lizzie.
been inspired by George Lucas.
Hey.
Yes, I love the choreography of the prequel trilogy,
Yeah.
especially. So, like, even though I'm not directing a quote-unquote movie,
Uh-huh.
I try to write my stories whenever there's a fighting sequence or battle of any kind. Spoiler alert, there are some battles,
Just a few.
but I enjoy them. Whenever I describe them, I try to think of it as a movie script
Cool.
and try to make it as easy to maybe convert in the future. Not that I'm planning that, because I'm not. I do want to be clear on that just in case, but I would love it if it just fell in my lap
Yeah.
someday. But like I don't have plans to convert it to a movie just yet.
Yeah.
But the book kind of has to take off for itself first and gain some steam of its own.
Yeah. All right, we are back. Well, Tucker, that sounds awesome. I really enjoy hearing about all the great details within the story and all the context. I'm just curious, so what's the biggest thing that you want to leave with the community that you hope to create surrounding this book?
Well, to get there, let me just circle back to this book that I just finished, The Anthology of the Whirlpool.
Mhm.
It's more of a collection of stories, but that's honestly a topic for a different day. What I wanted to mention was just that the main character was a child, a teenager, a person still full of light and intrigue
Yeah.
and curiosity, and a person that eventually finds out that, without spoiling much of the plot, that unity is key to really survival, and unity is key to life, being what it was created to be. And so I really wanted to leave people with that message, that if we stand together as a group,
Mm-hmm.
that we will only grow, and that's a great thing. Because the more people that grow and learn of these stories and learn of the values of these stories, the more people I hope will be at peace, knowing that there is a path forward, and no matter how difficult the task, like for me, right now dealing with these medical issues that are slowing down my Patreon releases. I could get down, but then I remember the value of these two stories, the values of the main characters, how much they want to hold on to freedom, hold on to the belief that there is something more. And sort of to just push for that something more, whether it's furthering your career or creating something completely new or just inspiring another person. We were made to find something more, by my estimation. And if it's not found, that's okay. But it's the pursuit of something greater that honestly brings the best out of people, in my personal opinion. And I would just hope that that message could carry through the stories and also through this message, and just that everyone could know that although it may be slower for a time as the legal process goes through on some things and then surgical things occur for me, content will continue to come, and I promise that things will continue to develop, because this universe of sorts that I've created is not to be left dormant, and the flame is meant to stay alive, and it shall stay alive, because we all do, but I know for a fact that I carry hopes in me.
Nice.
And the hope of these stories, that is. And they will continue to come. And content will continue to come. It just might come in different clumps and different forms, as I am on different platforms, as you will see on the links below. I will try to link all of you with the various ways to maybe contact me or get in touch with someone who can then get in touch with me and is trusted on my team. Great things are coming. That's the main thing. Great things are still coming. And let's make it happen, but let's make it happen together.
Yeah.
So I will see y'all next time, and may the power of the whirlpool be with you, my friends.
All right.